I realized this weekend that it is September, which is crazy. To me, that feels like it's fall, even though that's not really coming till a few more weeks. But I haven't done one of those favorite video things for you guys in a while, like a year or something. So I gathered a ton of things that I've really enjoyed this summer. Some are like summer season related and some are not, but I figured I would just share them with you guys as we soak up the last few weeks of summer. So I'm just gonna go through them all. I'll start with beauty things first and then go into non-beauty clothing-esque things. What I will say is, for the beauty things, I did notice like a slight theme in the type of things that I picked, and that was just something that I've been trying to be more intentional about, buying like more natural products and trying things that are a little bit more eco-friendly and sustainable. Okay, so the first product I want to show you guys is this Lush shampoo bar that I have been using a lot. It still has my hair on it. That's really gross. But I like it for a few different reasons. Doesn't have to use a plastic bottle. It lasts actually a really long time. What I'll normally do when I'm in the shower is I'll just grab it and lather it up enough so that it's like all over my hands, and then I'll rub it through my roots all the way down to the lengths of my hair. And then I'll only use it like maybe once or twice a week. I try not to wash my hair every time I shower, but at least twice a week would be great. So this is the first product, Lush shampoo bar. The second thing is this oil that I've been using. It's called Everyday Oil, and it's got a mixture of different oils on here. I don't know if you can see it. I use it primarily on my hair. I don't know if you guys can see, I bleached my hair last year, so it's actually a while ago, but because of that, half my hair is super dry, like falling apart dry, really bad. So I'll use this and just when I get out of the shower while it's still damp, I'll just do one drop and then I will comb it through my hair. I was told by my hairstylist that we've got to lotion and moisturize our hair in the same way that we do with our skin. So this is my method of lotioning my hair. The next thing I have really been enjoying is this Jergens Natural Glow lotion. This takes me back to college because this is when I started using it. I don't use it every day, especially like in San Francisco, most of my body is covered up. But on days where I'm going to something nice and there's more skin exposure or I'm going on vacation or something, I will whip this out and use it. Just enhances like the current condition of your skin. Like, you don't even have to be tan to use it. They sell it in, well, I have medium to tan, but they also sell it in like light to medium. The next thing that I have really been liking is this Bumble & Bumble Thickening Go Big Treatment. It's for your hair. I've actually only really used a sample size of it, but I really like it because it looks like I have a lot of hair. My secret is that I don't use a hair tie. I use a clip to allow my hair to look more voluminous than it really is, but I also put this in it to make it look fluffier. I will blow dry my hair, and I'll blow dry it mostly like with my head down so that it's drying and there's more like fluff and volume at the top of my head, and I'll spray this in right before I do that. I got it as a Sephora sample, so that's how I discovered it. I've never owned anything Bumble & Bumble, but I feel like it has a very good reputation in the hair industry. So my next product is this Natural Cream Cleanser by Corson Beauty. So my coworker started a skincare line with her sister, and she was selling this along with other products in their natural skincare line at this artisan craft fair in San Francisco. It's made with Manuka honey, this one, a 4-ounce bottle, and I really enjoy it. It's soothing, it doesn't feel harsh to my skin. Normally I'll apply it in the morning and evening. I wouldn't say I use this as like my main cleanser to remove makeup, but I will always finish with this if I'm using it in the evening, but my favorite is to use it in the morning when I wake up. I think the honey and just like the overall scent of it wakes me up. Next thing is our well, so it's just lavender products. These are two different products and they both just happen to be lavender. I'd say lavender has been something that I have really been enjoying the scent of this summer. Just like background story about myself, I have a really hard time sleeping because I have narcolepsy, so I constantly have to like get my body into, all right, it's time to go to sleep mode, and then like stay asleep mode at night when I can't sleep. And there's little things, and lavender is one of them, that sort of helps me like regulate my body and remind myself that nighttime is for sleeping. So the first product is actually I got it as a gift from some gal pals, and it is the Bedside Mask Lavender Milk. I have no idea where they got this, but I really like it. It says mask, but I think it just serves as a moisturizer, and it says that here too, that you can just apply it. Yeah, it says place on the side table next to your bed, then apply it. Lavender aroma will help you sleep well. So that's literally what I'll do. I'll just put, I'll squeeze it in my hand and then put it all over my face and then fall asleep. And I also use this lotion, Stress Relief Moisturizing Lotion by Aveeno. It's made with soothing oat, lavender, chamomile, and ylang, I don't know how you say that, Y-L-A-N-G. I will put this all over my body right after I shower in the evening. I'll just use my normal Cetaphil lotion during the day, but this I'll use specifically at night. So the combination of this, and then I also have my diffuser going with lavender essential oil. That really allows me to get in the mode of sleeping. So Innisfree opened just like a few minutes, maybe like 5 or 10 minutes from my house, and I love a lot of their products, but one of the things that I have really been enjoying this summer are their face masks. So they have a deal where you can buy a handful and get like 2 free or something. So I just bought a couple, and I stick them in my fridge so that they are extra cool when I put them on my face. So I'll just do it on a day that I'm not doing that lavender mask that I had talked about earlier. And then I let it sit for 15 minutes, pull it off, and then I actually just like let that be my night moisturizer. Oh, I have one more beauty thing. It's also like a more natural product. Ooh, I think my cosmetic bag's, something else in there stained it. But it's this native deodorant, and I got it in coconut and vanilla. It's paraben free and aluminum free. Just been trying to go more natural with my deodorants, and I got a handful of recommendations from coworkers, so I'll share that actually down below, because I have at least like 10 other all natural deodorants that were recommended to me, but this one was easy access at Target, so I just grabbed it and I've really been liking it. So if you are looking for a deodorant and are looking to go more natural, this is one that I would really recommend. Basically, you're just looking to avoid paraben and aluminum. What I've read about paraben and aluminum is just there's higher risk for things like cancer, which I know like online says that about so many things. It's hard to find one I think that's natural but also does the job of like combating the BO, but this for me has done a really great job. Cool. I think that's all of the beauty things. Next, I'm gonna go into just random things. The first one is this yoga mat. I got it a couple months ago. It's a Manduka, Manduka, that's how you say it. Manduka yoga mat, and I also got a strap for it because I'll bike to yoga and like throw it on the back of my shoulder. I really like Yoga Sculpt. So yeah, I'd never heard of Yoga Sculpt. I would say it feels very different than like other yoga classes that I've taken. There's like some music that's soft and upbeat but still helps keep you going, and it's definitely like there's a practice in place, but there's also like cardio embedded into it and strength training with smaller weights. Try it out if you are looking to get more serious into, oh, I thought I was gonna burp. Getting more serious into yoga, look into the Manduka yoga mat. It's very nice. I got the longer length, which I was uncertain about. It was a little bit more expensive, but it just helps when you're like really stretching and stuff. Next is these running shoes. I run often. I'd say usually like 10 to 20 miles a week, and these are my very first pair of Hoka Ones. It's not Hoka Ona. Hoka One, I think is how you say it. I don't know why I feel silly saying it, but I did a lot of research as I was looking into getting new running shoes. I've always had Asics, and a handful of people have recommended these shoes to me. I went to the running store and tried on a bunch of different running shoes, so Asics, Brooks, Hoka's, and I would say of all the running shoes that I got, Hoka's felt the most different. Like, they had just less of an impact, like on my knees and just my legs in general when I was running. And I think that's why they've skyrocketed in like the running shoe industry. I wanted to try it out. It definitely feels weird running still, just because I'm used to feeling the impact, like not in a bad way, but just feeling the impact every time my foot hits the ground. And with these ones, it really does feel like you're running on clouds, and you're like floating, because it doesn't, like, you don't feel the impact as much. You can see too, like, how thick the sole is. That's probably why it feels like you're running on clouds. Cool. Okay, Hoka's, check. What is the Nana favorites without books? I picked two books that are, well, one's technically not a book, but I'm just going to share what they are. The first one is Liturgy of the Ordinary. It's by a lady named Tish Harrison Warren, and she basically breaks down all these like simple parts of your day. Like, I'm looking at the contents and it says waking, making the bed, brushing teeth, and she ties them to like really important parts of our walk with God. So for example, like, I remember the first chapter on waking and the second chapter making the bed. A lot of it has to do with what it looks to be intentional when you wake up, and are like getting the day started. Like, what's it mean to be prayerful and mindful about how your day is gonna look. And there's another one like fighting with my husband, and that's like, what does it look like to carry peace with you and with the people that you're interacting with, especially those closest to you. Another one is checking your email, and that one has to do with like, how can you find importance and purpose and significance in even the smallest of tasks during your day. So I read this book, underlined it, gone through it multiple times, and I've really enjoyed it. I feel like it just helps me be intentional as I'm going about my day, especially with my day feeling like it's the same rhythms and motions, like waking up, commuting to work, being at the office all day, commuting back home, eating dinner, reading, hanging with friends, going to bed, and then it happens all over again. This book is just really practical and insightful in how to keep my mind and my heart focused and prioritizing. Oh, there's someone who just walked out. That sort of scared me. I'm like sitting by the window and someone popped out of their unit. Now I lost my train of thought. Basically, this book is really great in just allowing me to be mindful as I'm going throughout my day, even in the smallest of things. Okay, so the last one I want to share is this book, and it says A Guide to Prayer for Ministers and Other Servants. That sounds heavy and a little bit intimidating, but it honestly is just a weekly devotional. It's organized by the calendar of the church. It's got a handful of different parts to each day. So there's a prayer, a Bible passage to read, along with other suggested passages to read, different ones for every day. It's got like excerpts of different books, followed by like a hymn if you want to read it, some time of reflection, and then another prayer and passage to wrap up your time. So I know for myself, there's definitely days when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I really want time with you, Lord, just like a friend, to like sit and be with you and spend time in your word, but I don't know where to turn and what to go to. So this book has been really helpful in giving me guidance into what parts of the Bible to read and just different things to consider for my day and week. All right, and with that, I am all done. Great timing, because that little low battery thing is flashing. But I just want to say thanks so much for tuning in and letting me share some of my favorites with you guys. I hope this video was helpful for you in some way, whether you end up going to go buy lavender scented things or you check out the book that I talked about and it helps deepen your walk with the Lord. So yes, that's all I have to share. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'm hoping to post this right before the week starts so that you guys feel encouraged. And yeah, but really it means a lot that you guys are hanging out with me on YouTube. And yeah, okay, bye bye.